Hi everyone and welcome. Today you'll be learning the three main physiographic regions of Quebec as well as their main characteristics. So before we get started, here we are on the world map. I'm going to zoom into our country, Canada, and then to our province of Quebec. Oh, can't even fit it all in there. Here we go. So all here. You'll notice Montreal right at the south. That's where we live. Now, before we get started, what's a physiographic region? Well, plain and simple, it's what you would see in terms of landforms if you were to visit a particular place. What would you see? Mountains or lakes or valleys, all that kind of thing. So I'll start off with the biggest region. Let me just enact the regions on the map. There we go. So the biggest region, as you can see, is obviously the Canadian Shield. It's enormous. It is a vast rocky plateau, which means it's very flat. There are some valleys, but it's very hard to farm in this area. There are mountains right at the south here, still in the orange region. If ever you've gone skiing in Mont-Saint-Anne or Tremblant, that is part of the Canadian Shield. Now I want to take off this orange layer and I'm going to zoom in just to show you, to be able to show you the lakes and rivers, which is the most important characteristic of this region. So as I zoom in, I want you to notice how many lakes and rivers you can spot. And you can see this anywhere in this region. Tons of lakes and rivers, which make it ideal for hydroelectric dams. And that's where most of our electricity comes from. See, all of the blue that you're seeing are more and more lakes and rivers. It's incredible. I'll zoom out and get us back to our main map. Now I've gone ahead and highlighted the next region here in green, which is the Appalachian Mountains. As you might guess from the name, this is an enormous and ancient chain of mountains, over 450 million years old. You might guess that the mountains also make it hard for farming and agriculture, although it's possible in certain valleys. The third and final region we'll talk about today is where we live. See, it's covering Montreal. The St. Lawrence lowlands. Now, this is a huge plain with a few hills. Because of that landform and because of the access to the water, it makes it great for agriculture and farming. This is also where most of the population in Quebec lives. You'll notice that all the big cities are in this region. Quebec City, Trois-Rivières, Montreal, and if we're to zoom in, you'd see Laval and Longueuil. All of these places are where the majority of the population of Quebec lives, which is pretty incredible when you look at the size of our province to think most of us are just in this little teal region here at the bottom. So there you have it. Those are the three main regions in our province. In orange, yellow here, we have the Canadian Shield. In teal, we have the St. Lawrence lowlands, which is where we live. And in green here, the Appalachian Mountains. I know it says Appalachian Uplands here. I want you to ignore that. We are calling it the Appalachian Mountains.